guys, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. We just got back from Overland Expo West. Like really, we just drove up. In this last highlights reel, we get to catch up with Jillian and Rebekah, our good friend Brad from Trail Recon. We also talked to Graham from 7P Overland about their world-class training, and talked to the Overland Bound member who just bought a Rivian electric 4x4. So lots of great stuff. Hang out, and later on this week, we've got some great stuff coming too. I'm going to release a video about the software that we've been developing for the Overland community. We announced it at Overland Expo West. It's super exciting, so we've got a video about it coming out this week. And then this weekend, what is the status of the Overland Bound rig engine rebuild? Lots of great stuff in the works. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, what's going on? I am here with my good friend Matt. Matt, you've been walking the show for a couple of days now, and you've seen some cool stuff.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to go through and take a look at a couple of things.
More than happy to. One of the
What are we
coolest,
looking at?
newest things that here at the show is these canopies from RLD Designs. These have been in the South African market for 5-6 years now. They're just now being brought into the US for the first time ever. This is the first public showing of them here in the States. So they're gonna be available through Adventure Ready in Seattle and be able to be shipped all around the country for folks who are in need of a better canopy than the US market's ever had.
Great, so I look at this and I can tell it's a little bit different, but I think of ARE or one of the other big, camper shells that are out there right now. Right. What are some of the differences?
The biggest difference is the fact that it's manufactured out of stainless steel.
Oh, okay.
So it's not fiberglass, so it's incredibly strong. So this canopy has a 700-pound dynamic load rating.
It does not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a huge difference, right?
Absolutely.
It's like 700 pounds. That's
So you can put a rooftop tent on it and have no concerns that anything's going to flex, fatigue, crack, or break. If you want to use it as a contractor rack, you could put an absolute ton of lumber on there as well at the same time. They have a ton of different options as far as colors go. There's also built-in options as well that can make the overlanding lifestyle stuff much easier than a standard off-the-shelf canopy that the big US manufacturers have had in years past.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm at Overland Expo West, as you know. I am here with Graham from 7P Overland, and we're in your headquarters here. This is your base camp.
This is the base camp for the training area at Overland Expo.
Right on. So Graham, I've taken a number of your courses. I will admit to everybody that I'm still not a good 3-battery welder. All I do is tend to stick the rod to that freaking thing of metal and try and get it away.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I've really learned an immense amount from your very in-depth, world-class training.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell folks a little bit about your organization and what you do.
Right. So our organization is sort of 3-pronged in what we do. We do the training that you mentioned. So we've got a team of guys who are, a lot of them ex-Camel Trophy. They've gone all over the world. They've done trips on every continent. I think we've done Antarctica. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. So anyway,
I'll go with you when you go. I'll go with you.
Okay, fair enough. On every continent, in every environment, and it's an immense amount of experience. And so what we try and do is train people and give them that experience back. Right. And it's all based on overlanding, not necessarily four-wheeling or anything like that. It's to get to a destination, how to preserve your vehicle, how to maintain your vehicle, how to make sure you're driving in the least destructive way to the vehicle, all of that sort of thing. So we promote, it sort of comes from the Land Rover ethic, I've got to say, technique before technology, and as slow as possible, as fast as necessary, all of that sort of thing. So that's the core component, and that's what we have on here at Overland Expo West. Yep. Then we also do trips. So we do international trips, national trips. We've got a great mountains and mesas trip coming up in Colorado. We've got a fantastic Baja trip coming up in November, and these are sort of guided trips. You can take your own vehicle. We can source vehicles for you. And then the third prong of our company is recovery gear. And because there's so much of a mishmash of recovery gear out there, not everything's rated. I mean, there's the numbers all over things. People use MBS, people use working load limits and all of this sort of stuff. We try and make it pretty simple, and we try and make the absolute highest quality kit that we can. Right. For the overlanding industry. And what we do is we do have full recovery kits, but we like to actually interact with the customer, find out what vehicle they have, what sort of trip they are going on, and then custom put together recovery kits for their application.
Got it.
That's what we do.
Well, I really appreciate the mechanical sympathy aspect of the training that you guys do. Yeah. I drive a 96 Land Cruiser, and it's a very capable rig.
Right.
But it's got some years on it.
It's got some years on it,
And I don't want to be out there smashing the skinny pedal, because the skinny pedal's expensive.
It is. It can be very expensive indeed, yes. So I was just Mauritania, I was just in an 80 series.
Oh.
Yeah. Turbo diesel, fantastic. Yeah. Probably one of the best engines I've ever driven in the desert. It was awesome. Yeah.
Now, if I could only get one of those in California.
Fair. There's one for sale just over here. Did you see it? From British Columbia.
Later.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, Graham, why don't you tell us, how can people get in touch with you guys? What's the easiest way to get a hold of you guys?
Easiest way to get a hold of us is look at our website. Okay. So www.7p, number 7 letter P, .io.
Great.
7p.io, and then you can also email at us at info@7p.io.
Fantastic.
That's
you guys, you know, I've been through their courses. I am not only a student but a fan. So check them out. We'll also have details for their organization in the description. Graham, I know I pulled you kind of last minute.
That's all right.
So thank you for taking the time.
You're absolutely welcome.
Today. We are here, that's rolling, and Baz just takes off. Absolutely.
Bring me a drink.
Jillian, nice catching up with you.
Yes.
How's the show, man?
Good, busy, but
cool.
Good.
You're here with KC.
Correct.
Yeah, right on. So what do you got on the front of this? What kind of KC product do you got? I'm actually curious.
Just this little bit of light.
Okay.
Running their Pro 6.
Yeah.
But the exciting thing is they've released a new roof rack for the Tacomas. It's their M rack, which is on other vehicles. So it's fun to incorporate that new M rack with the Pro 6. Yeah. And then there's some additional goodies. The Flex is in the grill, and I'm basically a spaceship now.
You're a spaceship.
Yeah,
now.
we were out in the desert this week, and it was. I didn't know how much fun that could be to turn on lights and go
daylight.
Oh my goodness! I was like, I thought this was fun already, but that was a whole new experience.
Hey, you and I caught up. Boy, it's been a few years ago.
2 years.
2 years ago. Now, up in the Sierras, and we talked about your build. And I know, members of the community that are like, man, she's going out there and incrementally building her rig, figuring out, what she needs, and then she'll replace it. If she breaks it, she'll upgrade. Now you've had 2 years to upgrade, so I got to ask you, what are some of the high points? What have you broken? What have you improved?
I still have a stock front bumper,
right on,
which is barely hanging on.
Yeah.
I swear someone's going to come up and tap it one day. It's going to fall off.
Yeah.
I definitely ran into having a pickup truck, just that departure angle started to become more and more of an issue.
Yeah.
So getting a high clearance rear bumper was something that I knew was probably coming down the line. And so we pulled the trigger on that one.
Right.
And I'm really happy we did that.
Which one did you get?
I ended up going with Relentless Fabrication.
Oh, great.
And did the whole thing. And everyone
Just so you know, like somebody says relentless fabrication, and the standard response is, "Oh, so you're fine. It's great. It's just really good kit."
They
right?
are. It is. I think they're top tier
Yeah.
as far as what they're doing. I mean, joking with them, I'm like, this is like boutique stuff. Like this is it's high quality. Eric's designs, especially for the 3rd gen Tacoma, I think well planned, well executed, fits really, really well.
Cool. I got to ask, do you have armor? Is there armor underneath that wraps underneath to protect you when you do have to drag?
I did add that as well.
Okay.
Well, so back here, the plating does go a little bit further than just the bumper, and then in the front, I replaced the factory skid or whatever that thing is up there, and a mid skid. So I'm not completely, but for me, I'm not real aggressive. I just need something that can get me out of trouble if I get there. And I'm happy. I actually went out a week after installing it and made a mistake and was going very fast and hit a good sized rock and put a massive dent in a steel skid plate. And so I was like, that for me, it's for the accidents.
That thing's freaking awesome.
It is.
What are
I
the
love
amp
it.
hours on that thing? Do you remember? Lots and lots.
Lots.
Like 40.
I think, PLB
can't
40,
remember.
40,
Yeah.
something like that. But
Yeah.
the battery life I'm impressed with, and the functionality at camp, I become like the port. Everyone's like plugging in cell phones, and at camp or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the theme of the original one was I want to need it, and there needs to be necessity in the build.
Right.
And I think while there is more on the truck, because of the consistency or how much I'm out, it really becomes. It still is, okay, we're running into, this is either getting annoying, that this isn't the way, set up the right way, or I'm just running into frustration that shouldn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're in the, and many of us are. There's all different kinds of overlanding. You can do whatever you want to, but many of us, and you fit in this category, are in that really top end of vehicle use where we really are demanding. I mean, we like something that might be okay for 80% of the folks out there won't cut it if you're out there on the trail as often as you are.
I mean, 30% of my life right now is in this vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe more at periods of time. So you really start to feel the inadequacies of gear.
Right.
Or
break it.
Yeah, or just this is no longer cutting it. So again, I'm still very I don't have a front bumper because I'm just not, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Although it's going to fall off. I'm going to have to wait like 6 months with no bumper.
Well, you bring up a good point. You've been with the front bumper for many years, and common wisdom might tell you run out and get a new big armor bumper, and you don't necessarily need it right away, but you'll get to a point.
Yeah.
You'll get to a point.
And and build for you. Today's theme, or this weekend's theme, I think, talking to people, it's been there is such a variety within the community.
Yeah.
And don't build to be like something that you think looks cool.
Yeah.
While it's appreciated.
Yeah.
Build for what works for your family, for you, and that may be a lot or it may be very little. And that's the beauty of this entire community and the differences we have. So.
Yeah. Cool. Jillian, I know I sprung this on you, this impromptu interview.
I know,
so
after a long weekend.
Yeah, so thank you for taking the time.
Always a pleasure.
Really appreciate it. Cool. Hey, Brad, it's been nice talking to you over the last couple of days while we check out Expo.
Right.
What have you seen that's been like super killer?
That Rivian electric truck, man, that thing has got so much potential for future. I mean, I think about the trip we did out here over, we did like 250, 300 miles.
Right.
That thing would have made it the whole way off-road, which is really cool. So I think there's so much potential for that thing.
I know. I've always said, give me the reliability, the torque, and the range that I need, and I would totally consider something electric. So it'll be interesting to see
I think
what
there's
happens.
definitely a potential there for sure.
Hey, you and I were chatting the other day about your awesome new wrap on the Jeep. It is seeing it in person, you guys. I mean, come on, right? So the wrap is gorgeous. You were telling me a little bit about the inspiration for the hood graphic. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for me, I've been going to the Mojave Road for a couple of years now. My son and I went out there, and it's just such a special place. I mean, I don't want to say it's majestic because that's a little over the top, but I just love it out there.
Yeah.
And especially that part where you go through the Joshua Tree Forest and everything. And so when we designed the wrap, I kind of wanted that to be kind of personalized for me. And so the topo is the Mojave, and then the hood is the Mojave Preserve.
Right.
And then we've got the Joshua trees down here on the bottom, and it just, I don't know, it has a lot of meaning to me, so I think it turned out great.
And it did turn out great. I was looking at the hood and I was like, oh, I've been there. So like literally you can go to your hood and look and plan. I mean, it's a great graphic.
And it's a cool like conversational piece, you know, it's not just a regular app, but there's actually something you can look at and enjoy and check out. So
and I know your fondness for the desert, and that's perftly appropriate. It's really,
thank you, man.
I know we appreciate we appreciate the desert, and I love the Mojave Road.
Yeah.
You and I have to figure out some kind of trip to go on together, like maybe 395 or something.
I am down 100%, man.
Right on.
Let's make it happen. I think that would be an awesome trip.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
For sure.
All right,
Absolutely.
man. Okay, hey, Brad, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot,
Appreciate
man.
it. Yeah. Hey you guys, I'm here with Paul. I just happened to run into Paul from MaxTrax, and I was over there taking pictures and stuff of your product.
Obviously at the show we've released the MaxTrax Extremes with the alloy teeth, so they're all removable and replaceable.
Yeah.
So obviously field serviceable, and if you do happen to wear them out, you can replace them.
Well, certainly nobody ever puts that skinny pedal down.
No wheel spin for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Obviously it is a nylon, to reinforced nylon.
Yeah.
So it's fairly robust material. Later on down the track we've got a series of kinetic ropes, shackles, and a recovery kit all coming out as well.
Great. Hey, I know I kind of jumped at you and said, hey, talk to us. So thank you for spending the time. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yeah. So David, so first of all, before we start talking about the vehicle behind us, have you been enjoying the show?
I have been.
What? And where are you from?
I'm from Las Vegas.
Right on.
Yeah. So this is my first time at Overland Expo.
Are you overwhelmed?
I am. Some of the things, like the Unimogs. I think, well, what kind of trail am I going to take that on?
Right.
How did they get here?
Right.
Just really, really cool stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Now you're an Overland Bound member.
I am.
What did you just do?
I did a pre-order on the Rivian R1T.
Right on. So you pre-ordered the Rivian.
Yes.
And what? Tell us, like, what's your thought process? What do you know about it? Why did you decide to go that way, etc.?
Well, I really love electric vehicles.
Yep.
This one is the first really truly off-road electric truck.
Yep.
And it's just really cool. I've had the pre-order page open for a few months, and I haven't done it. I heard they were coming here, so I wanted to check it out. The way they have it demoed here is just amazing, with the tent and the kitchen that they have out here, just all the possibilities and capabilities of it. The range that it'll have for being able to do extended off-road weekends.
Do you happen to recall what the range is?
On the top battery, it's 400 miles. Well, it's over 700 horsepower. It's got four-wheel drive, true four-wheel drive. It's got an electric motor in each wheel,
right?
Which is pretty awesome. The torque, instant torque at all times.
Yep. It can traverse in like 36 inches of water.
Yeah, a meter of water.
A meter of water.
Yeah.
So that's cool too. I guess I could have expected it, but it was a little bizarre walking up and looking in the hood and seeing a fridge.
Right. That's really neat. It's got the Dometic. Yeah.
Yep. When can you expect delivery of the Rivian?
They say last quarter of 2020.
Last quarter of 2020. That's coming right up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, I'm going to follow along your adventure. Well, hey, thanks for talking to you. I know I kind of put you on the spot.
That's okay.
Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, it was
really
nice.